Peace in Syria depends upon a coordinated effort, not just from Damascus, but also from neighbouring states. So says the country's foreign minister, who addressed the UN General Assembly as fierce fighting plagues his homeland. Let's get the full picture with RT's Marina Portnaya. She's covering the story for us in New York. Hello there. So, Marina, can you flesh out, first off, some of the details of what Syria's foreign minister had to say then?
Well, as expected, Syrian Foreign Minister Walid al-Muallim spoke at length about the ongoing 18-month civil war taking place in his country. He accused the U.S., France, Turkey, Saudi Arabia and Qatar of inducing and aiding terrorism in his country by those countries actually arming, financing and supporting the opposition groups in Syria. He went on to say that the calls that Western countries are making for President Bashar al-Assad to step down is not only provoking more bloodshed in his country, but he says it's also a blatant interference into Syria's domestic affairs. He said the success of any international effort in Syria would require countries, including Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Libya, to stop arming, funding, and training the Syrian opposition and to rather encourage dialogue. So Syrian Foreign Minister Walid al-Muallim, of course, addressing the world body on the last and final day of the UN General Assembly debate. He says that he is calling for a political solution and Syrian-led dialogue to agree on a roadmap to a more pluralistic and democratic Syria. But as we've been reporting for the past week, everybody's talking about the crisis in Syria, but not clear how to exactly solve it.
Indeed, it was one of the focal points, as you're saying, at this year's General Assembly. What have we heard from international leaders about that then as well?
Well, the dialogue and the disagreement hasn't changed all that much. We heard U.S. President Barack Obama first call for President Bashar al-Assad to step down, and then his sentiments were echoed by Britain and by France. The French president actually called on the world body to impose protections for the Syrian opposition groups and opposition that have occupied the northern part of the country. President Obama said that just as the U.S., he says, stood by, supported and helped liberate the people in Egypt and Libya, he would like to see the same thing done in Syria. But on the other hand, you have many other countries such as Russia, China, Brazil, and so on and so forth, saying that there can't be any outside intervention into what's taking place in Syria. This is a crisis that needs to be decided and ended between the parties, between the Syrian government and the opposition. And Russia's foreign minister, Sergei Lavrov, addressed the General Assembly saying that the only way to solve this is through the 6-point peace plan that was outlined by former Joint Special Envoy Kofi Annan many months ago. And one of those 6 points calls for an immediate ceasefire. But the Syrians are saying, the Syrian government is saying, how will the opposition put their guns down if the Western countries are calling for Assad to step down? The Syrian government believes this is only provoking the opposition groups and the rebels to fight even harder and mightier. And one more thing that the Syrian foreign minister said is he accused many Western countries of turning a blind eye to terrorism, because he says Syria suffered many terrorist attacks by the opposition groups, but Western countries such as the U.S., Britain and France won't condemn them because they are supporting the opposition.
Marina Portnaya, our correspondent in New York, thank you very much for bringing us up to speed there.